All right, peak of the week. It is Wednesday evening. If you're watching this a little later, maybe a little bit different date for you. So keep up to date with the latest weather information that we have going on, and we'll keep you updated on all that. Also, again, don't forget about our website, wdef.com/weather for more details, which we will talk about in detail coming up here in just a little bit. Sorry for the delay. Had to make certain that we were actually netcasting on Facebook, excuse me, so that we could make certain that everything was working. A couple of days ago, I don't know why the stream just quit on me. So as of right now, we are here to talk more about weather in the area. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. This is News 12's video weather blog, Weather Overtime, keeping you up to date on what's going on with weather in the Tennessee River Valley. Got some decent amounts of cooler temperatures over the last few days. That's going to be coming to an end as we get back upwards on the temperatures coming up relatively soon. We also see some pretty warm conditions into this weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and hop on into it for tonight and give you an idea as to what it looked like on the almanac page. We did manage to find at least a little bit of rain in the rain gauge. It wasn't much, about a tenth of an inch, even with all the showers that have passed over the area for today. We did manage to get at least a little bit in there, but unfortunately that means we are still behind for June and for the month, and we're rapidly running out of June, so we could wind up with another dry month just like May was, and close to that in April. 78 was our high temperature. We should be at 89 for this time of the year, so nowhere close to our record high last set back in 1953. Not too bad on the low temperature, very close to that, but the record low 54 set back in 1944, and we could definitely use again some more rainfall coming up as we go into the near future. Again, a little bit of a soggy condition out there for right now. Looking at the CHI Memorial Stadium camera on the EPB Fiber Optics Weather Cam network, the 2475 junction, south central Chattanooga, showing a good amount of spray being kicked up of the vehicle. So if you're out there tonight running into some more of those showers, it will be the potential of some slowdowns, and definitely want to take it as quietly and calmly and paying attention as possible just to see what's going on, because again, if you go too fast, you could be risking the possibility of hydroplaning. That's scary and it can be deadly, so let's be very careful out there for tonight. Let's hop over to Lee Point, Highway 153 and 64, the interchange here. A little bit of fog forming off to the west of this camera. Looking toward the area around downtown, you can see again those clouds hanging around. Lookout Mountain, good visibility for tonight to see that, but more low-lying clouds sticking around the area. Island Cove, a little bit of some activity this afternoon in between the raindrops. Traffic moving along on Hunter Road at Tennessee Highway 58. That's Island Cove Marina and Resort. And from the News 12 studios, where we did have a pretty ugly view of some clouds earlier today, very ominous looking, beautiful shades of gray, but just scattered showers out there for right now, and we'll continue to see that off and on through the evening. Temperatures at the airport in Chattanooga back to around the lower 70s. Winds north-northeast at about 9 miles per hour or so. So we are picking up again some decent amounts of some more rainfall out there. Looks like we will be potentially seeing some more activity throughout the course of the evening. Scattered showers right before about 10 o'clock. Time is 9:42 Eastern at this time. So we are seeing again a little bit of showers out there. Not much in the way of lightning, if any, so we can't even really call these thunderstorms for the time being. We will see the potential of more areas of showers and thunderstorms overnight. Those areas of thunderstorms down toward Atlanta that was moving up this direction, most of those have fallen apart with the lack of daytime heating, but notice that, again, a lot of this activity is making its way up and to the north, so we'll be seeing some of this rotate into the area, so we will be expecting more chances of rain through the area for later on tonight, so that, again, could be the worst of what we pick up. I would not be surprised to hear a rumble of thunder, but I really don't think we're going to be seeing too much more than that at this time. When it comes to tracking lightning, the computer models at this point are showing by early tomorrow morning the potential of maybe getting some areas of thunderstorms developing, and again, that moving up this direction could give us a bit of a rumbly start to Thursday morning, and that potential will stick with us mainly south of Chattanooga down toward Atlanta for the rest of the morning. Early afternoon, it looks like the best potential might be coming on through by about Knoxville. Again, this is where we see light possibilities, minor, I guess I could say here, for where the thunderstorms will be developing the lightning into tomorrow afternoon. So as these go through the area Friday, late Thursday, early Friday, they kind of dwindle out. But then as we go into around Friday afternoon and evening, it looks like most of the activity in the way of lightning is going to be on the eastern side of the Tennessee state line with North Carolina up into Virginia, quite possibly into most of the Carolinas. We don't see a lot of activity happening just yet, but again, that could be a distinct possibility that we could see a random shower or thunderstorm coming up in the near future. The areas, plural, of low pressure, one developing along the front to the south, the other one back around portions into the east coast of the United States, and all that moving moisture on shore from the Gulf and from the Caribbean. That's the fuel, this very warm water in the Gulf and the Caribbean moving up our direction. Now, it's going to be well back to the west of us, where high pressure is keeping things nice and in control here. This area is going to be moving our direction into the next day or two. So we'll be seeing less chances of rain and thunder, not zero, though. We will continue to see more of that chance of showers and thunderstorms out there. Add to that, we will see warmer conditions, less clouds, less rainfall, more potential of maybe some areas of temperatures close to 90, if not over that. We'll get to the 7-day forecast here in just a little while. Let's go ahead and run the numbers into tomorrow morning. Shower and thunderstorm chances could be a bit of a problem out there through the afternoon and evening hours, but most of what we're looking at for right now is going to be, again, relatively isolated, so not that much taking place. More shower and thunderstorm chances through Thursday morning into around Thursday afternoon. Less of a chance, but still possible. And then toward Friday morning, yes, there will be some rainfall out there, but we're just not picking up much of anything at this time in regards to huge amounts going through Friday afternoon and evening, and less of a chance as we get again into the weekend. Severe weather chances, that will be well on over to our west for tonight. Good possibility of problems in the Red River Valley back towards central Texas and around portions of very far western Oklahoma into and around Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico. Now, for what we see going on into around tomorrow, that's Thursday, we see again the potential of generic thunderstorms. That's the light green color that you have out there, and down into around portions of South Carolina, the southeast coast of the United States, and Florida. That's where we pick up the potential of, again, heavier thunderstorms, more marginal threat of severe weather there. And that threat of severe weather goes off the east coast, but then leaves us with the potential of maybe just some generic thunderstorms for the most part. There's really not much of anything else taking place in the way of severe weather. Some of these storms could contain heavy downpours, some brief, gusty, maybe damaging winds, and of course the possibility of small hail. Most of that's going to be, again, well off to our west, so we're just not seeing too much of anything really causing any problems for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 7-day forecast and give you an idea as to what we're seeing with the numbers here for Chattanooga especially. This is where we see the possibility of showers and thunderstorms really starting to dwindle by just a little bit into around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, picking up a bit on Monday, and then more isolated activity Tuesday and Wednesday. The one thing we've got here is, again, the lack of showers and thunderstorms. More widespread showers and thunderstorms, again, that blocks out more of the sun, and so temperatures are correspondingly a bit cooler. Bring in more sunshine, and temperatures really start to hit back to where we should be. Upper 80s to lower 90s, that is typical June temperatures for this area of the country at this time of the year. So in the News 12 viewing area, much warmer, cooler conditions over the next couple of days, so to speak. Lower 60s at best Thursday night into Friday morning, and repeat that into Saturday morning. That's where we see, again, that's as cool as it gets around here for quite some time. So summertime definitely starting off with a lot of very warm conditions out there. for now. So that is going to be some very warm start to the month itself. Not a heat wave, so we're not seeing anything really major taking place in the way of really hot temperatures. Now, over the next several days, we may see the potential of a big warm up going on out to our west in portions of the southern Mississippi Valley, all the way back down to around parts of Texas. The local power supply area, ERCOT, recommending that people cut down on their air conditioning and their electricity use to avoid brownouts and blackouts. So if you're heading anywhere between, say, Albuquerque, Dallas, and New Orleans, expecting some very hot temperatures out that direction. And this is the time of the year to watch out for both heat injuries and, again, just pushing yourself too hard out there. Earlier today on Twitter, a gentleman that is very respected in the halls of meteorology and a teacher of meteorology down at University of Georgia, Dr. Marshall Shepard, who was the past president of the American Meteorological Society, talking again about heat safety messaging for the media, and that when we are typically in a hot situation, editors, producers, writers, staffers for newspapers and websites will usually find a way to show it's hot out there by posting a picture of a kid eating an ice cream cone or kids playing in the water fountain. The truth of the matter is that heat kills. It is the number one killer where weather is concerned in the United States. Not tornadoes, not flash floods. It is heat. And a very nice suggestion here by Dr. Shepard, talking about the fact that if you're an editor or a producer or somebody who works for media, don't put in the cutesy picture. Find something that gets the danger across. It might take a little bit more searching, but it's going to be more well worth it to get people to notice that it is a dangerous situation out there, and especially back toward parts of Texas. And like we just showed you on the extended forecast, there's going to be heat indexes out there pushing, if not over, 115 degrees at the hottest part of the day. So that is a dangerous situation that you want to protect yourself from just as much as any tornado, lightning strike, hurricane, anything like that. So great opportunity for everybody in media to really think about what kind of message we're sending out there. Talk about the danger, talk about what the threat could be, and get it across to the public what we're looking at with, again, maybe something a little bit more in the way direct and knowledgeable rather than just an off-the-cuff picture. This would be a very good idea for everybody who's working in media these days, myself included, although I usually tend to go for the stronger message out there. Things are going to heat up again into the weekend. We'll have updates on that at WDEF.com. Coming up this weekend, let me see, I didn't do this earlier. Nice view, and I hope I'm saying this right, from Cohutta. Thank you very much, Bonnie Whitmer, for our West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. That is a picture of some daylilies, bright, cheerful, nice view from the garden there, and our West Shore Home weather window picture of the day. Got pictures? Go ahead and send them on to us at pictures@WDEF.com or post them to our social media channels out there. Tomorrow, again, the possibility of thunder and mostly cloudy skies. It will be mild, but again, lightning with a big metal rod on a big flat surface like a putting green. Not someplace you want to be, so let's be careful out there. Likewise, if you're doing any fishing, this is something to consider. Best possibility of, again, thunderstorms will be mainly in the afternoon and evening, but we could be seeing the potential of some stronger weather out there at just about any point in time. This is also going to be a situation into tomorrow. For tonight, we're not seeing too much in the way of major changes. We could be looking at the possibility of maybe, let me just double check this with the National Weather Service here real quick, to see if we don't have anything posted already, because if we do, this could be a situation into tomorrow. So far, not seeing anything in the way of a dense fog advisory for tonight. Any of those storms out there could contain heavy rain at times and gusty winds if we do get a thunderstorm going for right now. But tomorrow morning, and so far with these numbers, it doesn't look too bad, but there are going to be some parts of the area where the visibility will be thicker than what we're seeing here. This is just a computer model estimate. So Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning. I would recommend tuning into him to see what's going on, but we could be seeing some dense fog across portions of the area. Some, not everywhere, but that's something to really pay attention to. So up early tomorrow morning, definitely want to make certain you're paying attention to what's going on before you travel out across the area. This last couple of days, what did I do with it? Hang on here 1 second. Also, again, for safety purposes, this is National Lightning Safety Awareness Week. Tons of topics from the National Weather Service talking about lightning, being prepared for it, being ready to react to it. The average age of a lightning strike victim is 37 years old, and men are 4 times as likely to be hit by lightning statistically than women are. So really interesting ideas right there. For today, the topic for Wednesday is indoor lightning safety. And please remember, again, the rhyme. It may sound silly, but if it gets people to protect themselves, I'm all for it. When thunder roars, go indoors. The house, a sturdy house, not like a park shelter with a roof and just 4 columns out there. You want to be able to find something that's going to protect you with, again, wiring, rebar, structure that will divert the lightning around and stay away from external windows and doors, because lightning can make its way into a house very easily, and that's going to be your best place to find something like that. Substantial is the key word here. Again, a building that's got a good surrounding area, not just like a tent or a something in the way of a park shelter. Plumbing on the inside that's made of metal, anything that's made of metal inside of a car, that again can conduct the electricity through there. And this is, I didn't know this beforehand, but corded electronic devices, anything like a phone that has a cord attached to the wall, lightning can strike outside down the phone lines and can travel through that, and while you're holding it, if it's strong enough, it can leap, it can arc, and it can jump and cause injury or death. So corded electronic devices are going to be a bit of a problem. Again, cell phones not connected to anything, if it's not plugged in to charge, then you don't really have anything really much to worry about right there. But again, if you're on this, if you're on anything with a cord on it like a phone or anything that's plugged in, try to avoid electronic devices just to be on the safe side. More information about National Lightning Safety Awareness Week available on my social media pages. If you'd like to check out more information there about what's going on. Would like to thank the Whitfield County, Georgia Emergency Management Agency. A nice shout out to them for picking up the tab. I think it was a grant that got them the ability to distribute 300 pre-programmed weather radios today. That in itself is really, really cool and a great opportunity to protect residents of Whitfield County, Georgia. There will be another giveaway coming up in the future. More information on that on our website, wdef.com. But thank you to Whitfield County, Georgia, for passing those out and getting people a little more interested in weather when it comes to safety. If you got one of these weather radios and it's stuck in your closet gathering dust, get it out, get the batteries into it, plug it in, test it out to see if it works. We can help you do that. If you'd like to know more, again, the best opportunity to learn about this is just to put it into practice, and we will help you be able to do that. All you have to do is go to our website, wdef.com/weather, and we've got a video section there. Hopefully we're going to get that updated in the near future to teach you what you need to know to get this program. You don't have to just get every single warning for every place. If you program in the county and the type of warning that you are looking for, or watch as it is, or advisory, then you could be better protected. If you don't want to get bothered for something, let's say you're in Sequatchie County on the western part of the News 12 viewing area. If you don't want to be bothered for anything around Polk County, Monroe County on the eastern side of the viewing area, you don't have to program those in, and it won't bother you, won't wake you up for that. But if you want to program it for your county, it will wake you up in the middle of the night if you have the settings right on there. And this is a great piece of equipment to have, so please consider getting one of these. If you haven't gotten one yet, if you have, get it out, program it. It's not that hard. Watch our video, and we'll be glad to get you, again, more details on that through our website. This weekend, it's called Field Day. It's amateur radio's biggest weekend of the year. 24 hours of clubs contacting each other in a contest setting, but it also doubles as the ability to get amateur radio out to the public. It's a big open house, as it were. So if you see big antennas, campsites where there usually are none this weekend, go up and ask them what they're doing. The best ambassadors for amateur radio are the people who operate the equipment and can help you learn more. I believe the charge to get a license is $35 from the FCC. There's only 3 levels of amateur radio anymore. There used to be 6. Now there's only 3, and you do not have to know Morse code. But a lot of amateur radio operators I know consider it a badge of honor that they do know that, including myself. So something to think about. I got my amateur radio license from the Delta Amateur Radio Club in Bartlett, Tennessee in 2000. I really wish I would have gotten my amateur radio license much earlier than that, because it is such a fun hobby. You get to be able to participate, to help when disaster strikes, and when it doesn't, you can make, with the right equipment and the right power level and the right antenna, you can contact people all over the world, and it's really kind of cool to be able to interconnect with people on the other side of the planet. So something to think about. More information from the American Radio Relay League, ARRL.org. Find out more about Field Day there, including their Field Day locator. You can find out more about where the clubs are setting up, who to talk to, again, all kinds of unique and interesting information there. So again, please find out more. Look around this weekend. You'll probably see amateur radio field day sites set up somewhere near you, depending on what's going on. Some of them are listed here. A lot of them may not be. A lot of amateur radio operators sometimes do not use a great deal of social media, so keep an eye open. You might see something like that, and that'll be a really cool thing to take a look at out there. And that, again, is a great way to serve your community as well. That should probably do it for tonight. I think we've covered everything. Okay, one more thing here. Let's get a quick check of the tropics. Haven't done that. Gulf, Caribbean, and East Coast of the United States, not showing any problems at this time, but we do have not just one, but 2 storm systems out there. The first one is Brett. It has increased in strength in the last day to 65 miles per hour, which means it is just below hurricane strength. Now, we'll talk about where that's going here in just a little bit. In the meantime, right behind that, we have another system, which, let me check and see if this has been updated from the National Hurricane Center. Looks like we are now with this storm system, we are now up to 80% for the next couple of days and 90% for the next week. So this thing is standing a very strong potential of becoming the C storm. Again, the names, we've already had Brett, we've had Arlene earlier, so this one will be Cindy. So this one, if it becomes a tropical storm, and we may see, again, the potential of that system going on through. Brett has been investigated by a Hurricane Hunter plane, so we do see the potential of this developing maybe a little bit further, but the computer models that we've been watching are taking Brett pretty much right on through the Lesser Antilles, and it looks like this is going to be going right into the Caribbean. But according to the latest information we have, we are not seeing any further development, so it looks like for right now, Brett is not about to become a hurricane. It should remain a tropical storm. So that is some good news at this time. So we're not seeing a major problem with this, but it looks like it will be entering the Western Caribbean and then possibly just fizzling out at this point. The problem is we have got a lot more coming our way. Now this, let me make sure that I'm pointing at the right thing. This is Brett. This is what could be Cindy, and then watching the coast of Africa as these impulses roll offshore and into the Atlantic. This is what we're going to be seeing over the next several days and weeks. And here's the way this is going to pan out. What's left of Brett, again, going all the way over here toward the Caribbean and Central America. The second storm here, what could be Cindy, making its way well back on up toward Bermuda. Whether or not this is a concern and it gets strong enough for the East Coast, that's, again, a little bit iffy at this time. And more waves making their way off of Africa, could develop into something if the conditions are right. So we are approaching, again, the first full month of the season, and it's already off to a very strong start with numerous waves out there. Now, the good news, and again, so far I hope it stays this way, that this could be, again, the best situation that we have, is that dust from off the Sahara will continue to act as a filter, as it were. The more dust there is in the atmosphere, the less you're going to be able to see any more energy from the sun helping to develop these storms out there. So as long as the Sahara keeps pumping dust out over the ocean, that is good news for the storms, because hopefully it'll keep their strength level down. At least that's what we're hoping for right now. So for the time being, so far, we don't have anything urgent or immediate taking place, but this definitely bears watching. If things change, we may have a hurricane, but right now the current computer models are not showing anything developing that is going to be an issue at this time. So definitely some good news on that. But once again, this is something we're going to watch, so keep it tuned to News 12. This is the place for your coverage of what is going on in the tropics and if that's going to be any impact on us. Email me, let me know what you think about this. If you don't like it, okay, great. If you'd like to see more of something, less of something, let me know. Find my email address here. It's wdef.com/weather. Chip Chapman will be on tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I'll have your forecast update later on during the day and into the afternoon, so definitely want to stay tuned, again, with News 12 on air and online for all that. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. You've been watching Weather Overtime for Wednesday the 21st. The first day of summer is in the books. Looking forward now to the days getting shorter and shorter as we go through the seasons. Keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll keep you advised on what's going on out there. We'll see you again on Thursday evening. Have a good and safe evening out there.